Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Shop 27. I'm your host, Jermaine Colter, and my co-host down at the bottom, Kevin Johnson. And today's special guest, we have Coach Collins and friends. How you doing, Coach
Yeah,
Collins?
Coach Collins.
Great to see all you guys. It brings back so many memories. It's
Oh, that's
incredible.
Yeah.
great, man.
Good to
It's
see you
great
too,
to have
Coach.
you on the show.
For sure,
All
for
right.
sure.
We want the other two guys go ahead and let the people know who you are and where you from. We got
Well, I'll
Lonniell.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead, where you from?
I'll go ahead and start. My name is Lonniell Bolton. I played under coach back in '96.
I think that's
Um,
right.
yeah, we had a great year, phenomenal year, and I'm really excited to be here. I haven't seen some of these guys in over 20 years. KJ, look, grew up on this. I ain't seen how long has it been? 20 years or so. Marques has been at least 20, 21. I mean, 21 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really inspiring to see you guys, man.
That's a
Really excited.
blessing, man.
So yeah, most definitely.
All right, Marcus, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
All right. Yeah. My name is Marcus Williams. I'm from Fort Walton Beach, Florida. I'm a military kid.
That's
Um,
right.
a wife, two girls. Man, past, coach playing under coach. It was man a blessing. Truly love playing for him. So I'm personal training right now. I'm a personal training supervisor. Um,
Okay,
and that's what I'm doing right now.
That's what's up,
that's
man.
good, man. That's good.
Good.
So,
Appreciate
coach,
it.
tell us. So, coach, tell us a bit about how you started out and you met these three guys right here, man.
Well, I was freshly out of college, 21, 22 years old, and the Lord blessed me. I started coaching over at Midwest City, and I ended up with all three freshman sports, football, basketball, and baseball. And a guy by the name of Coach Dow Nichols, when you're young and you play a little bit, you think you know everything about the game, and wow, that was not the case. You get in and get to some of
Yeah.
these meetings, and yeah, it was unreal. I had an education, but it was well worth it.
Okay,
And these guys, Kevin was one of my first. He came through, and I got to watch a podcast you guys had done, and he said he didn't know much about the game of football and not even have how to pad up. And he came aboard and started playing football, and wow, what an athlete!
Yeah, the running back.
Unbelievable.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
know, let me
yes,
backtrack
sir.
real quick. I just want to say that all three of these guys, Marcus, Lonniell, and Kevin Johnson, all of them have their college degrees. I couldn't be more proud. They're successful young men, and it just brings joy to me.
Thanks,
Really
Coach.
That's
does.
great.
It's good.
Thanks,
Congrats,
Coach.
coach. Yes, you guys all sound like you're inspiration to one another. And it's good to
Sure.
have you guys on the show reunited for the first time in 21 years, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
most definitely.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a long time, man. That's a lot of football. So how long did you coach, Coach Collins?
I spent 10 years there. Coached a little high school baseball there at Midwest City also. I have a few stories on each of these guys. Kevin, I'm going out of order here. The first time as a sophomore, he got into a game, and the first touch, he went 78 yards for a touchdown. I don't know if you remember that, Kevin,
Uh,
but his first touch at 12 he went 78 yards for a touchdown. And then, anyway, that stayed with me. And I'm going to show a little flipping. I hope this comes through, but people don't know this. Kevin's best sport was basketball. Okay.
Whoa.
And
Yes.
Go ahead, coach.
let me see
Yes,
if
sir.
can you guys see that?
Oh,
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 yeah, good. Yes,
oh,
sir.
oh, yeah.
Look
Okay,
at
I've
that.
been looking for that, man.
Okay.
God,
This article says, you guys are too young, probably remember the Reebok commercials, but it said, "This is my planet." So this heading says that this is KJ's planet.
that's right, man.
Oh yeah,
That's
Nice.
right.
And he,
look at him.
anyway,
He blessed.
basketball, we ended up going 14-6 that year, and we would start out with a backdoor alley oop. We'd throw an alley oop to KJ and let him throw it down on somebody, and it set the tone for everything, you know.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Uh oh. He was a
One
high
more
five,
story. I'm going
KJ.
to move on because I have a story on each of them. But we played Kevin up. He came over to see us as a 7th grader, and he looked like a full-grown man as a 7th grader.
Wow.
Anyway, so he played football, played basketball. Well, baseball came along, and I had no idea. The kid comes out and says, baseball's my favorite sport. I'm like, you're kidding. So we go play over we play in a tournament over at Midwest City, and everybody in the metro is in it. I mean, Edmond North, Edmond Santa Fe, and he's just a little kid playing with these 16, 17-year-old kids. And we make it to the championship game when I put him on the bump. He's pitching against these men, so to speak, as a 7th grader. And
that's right.
He didn't want to throw to him, so he watched the first 3 guys. Bases loaded, we're in the championship game. He had tears in his eyes. But he was in 7th grade. I get it. You know, he's young. So I go out, I call timeout, and I said, listen, serve it up. I don't care if the guy goes yard. If he hits a grand slam right here, just serve it up. He goes 4-5-6 and strikes out 4-5-6 and comes running in like it was nothing. And we go on to win the championship over there. And so, and then all 3 of these guys, they're going to get mad, but Lonniell was the fastest. Lonniell flashed Bolton, lightning bolt.
Okay, lightning bolt. All right.
Okay.
I think we got him at like a 4.4 back then in the 40.
Yeah, I think so.
And he played. We ran the spread with Marques and Lonniell, and all this stuff comes together. But it seemed like with him, we ended up losing 1 game that year. Marques ran a reverse in on a team that was undefeated, and they never saw it coming. He walked in. I don't know if not Marques, Lonniell. Lonniell walked in a reverse against, you remember the Eagles? The Curry Eagles? They came over to our place undefeated, and we put a reverse on them, and he put the wheels on. They couldn't touch him. And then Marques is another sport starter. Marques started sports, tailback, free safety. He started the 1 and the 2 position in basketball. He was shooting guard and point guard, and then he played outfield for him in baseball. And he hit leadoff, Marques?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he had some wheels too. Not quite like Lonniell, but he had some wheels. He could go. He could run.
Hey, Marques became quick.
Yeah.
Hey, Marques became
yeah, he could go.
I appreciate it, bro.
He grew up a little bit. You put the wheels on, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
We went to Norman with Lonniell and Marques, and we went up to Norman our last game, and it's there by the University of Oklahoma and Norman High School, and we needed to win that game to finish out 9-1, and their head coach was Mitch Bryant, who started linebacker for the University of Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. And we were down. They'll tell you this is a true story. We were down 21 points with like 5 and some change to go in the 4th quarter. And we scored 21 to tie it up, all in the 4th quarter.
What?
Yes. And so we go into overtime. They get the ball first. They kick a field goal. They go up 3. And we come down to 4th down, and we ran trips right. We roll out right, and we do a throwback to our tight end to score to win the ball game. And Mitch Bryant came over and bucked up to me a little bit and accused me of running the tackle eligible. And I said, you go back and watch film, that was a legal play. It was a tight end. Well, the paper came over to interview me while I was so upset with it. They said, Coach, what'd you run there? And I said, tackle eligible.
Yeah. Trying to take it with away.
It really was a tight end. It was all legal. It was all legal.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many things like that go on and on. But Marques and Lonniell were both, when they came through with me, they were 4.0 students.
Oh, yeah.
And Kevin always hit the books and then went on and graduated from Clemson University. I mean, anyway, guys, you guys have some stories. Go ahead. I didn't mean to take over there.
Nah, you
Oh,
good.
you good,
No, you
coach?
good. So we
It
gonna
was
we,
Yeah.
we gonna go ahead,
Big
we gonna
time.
move over to Lonniell and talk about your college experience. I
I
guess
mean,
high school to college experience.
well, so after Jarman, we went on to high school, and high school I continued playing football. Started all 3 years. Um, I also continued the same position. Played wide out on the offense, defense. I was cornerback. So it was, we weren't as successful in Lower City as we were in Diamond, but I mean, it was still a fun year. I learned a lot, bonded with the guys, great relationships there. Even grew as a person. So it was a great experience. And also track was always fun. Because I was quick and fast. I always utilized track to kind of help train me for football going into
For football, yep, that's right.
stuff. That was kind of what we did. We didn't really do the off-season football so much. It was, right after football, we went into track season. And with track, I ran the 100-meter dash, 200-meter dash, the 4x1 relay, and the mile relay. And I also did also ran like some during the summer, some AAU, Oklahoma City Raiders or something like OKC Raiders was a team I ran with. And I did some triple.
Okay.
We had good times. Man. I spent most of my life, running and playing sports. So I graduated high school. I think I graduated with a 3.7, 3.8 GPA, which is good. I did have a full ride scholarship to. It was a Division II, Ottawa University in Kansas. Um, but I didn't. I turned it down. I mean, thinking back at it,
Oh,
it's crazy to do that. I wanted to play for OU. Like I just had this passion to play. I wanted to play for OU. So what I did that year, I ended up walking on. My first year in college, I played a little bit, but unfortunately I couldn't finish out the season. But what's crazy is that season we actually won a national championship. So I mean, it was good. I practiced a little bit. As the season kind of went on, I kind of started slipping my grades, and I had to make a choice, man. Either, hey, either I could change career fields where it wasn't so, my time wouldn't be so demanded towards the books and stuff like that, and try to, you know, you know, um, you know, play football and stuff, or you know, pretty much geared towards school. And so I went ahead. I just had to let football go, unfortunately. So ever since then, I still do my training here at the gym. I still stay active that way. But that's kind of my thing. Yeah, I had a full ride scholarship. I'll never forget that. And I still beat my head on the
wow.
wall. And I should have took
Yeah. You
it's
could have
tough.
took that. You could have took that, then transfer. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so
Oh, yeah.
I could
Yeah, but
I mean, yeah. So but I graduated. I went to OU for a couple of years. Um, Left there, went to Park University, which is it's actually a campus in Kansas, Missouri. And I ended up finishing a degree in computer science, and also I dual major computer science and managing information systems back in 2004. So I completed that, and shortly after, I joined the military. I've been pretty much doing the National Guard thing since I think 2005 on the officer program, and I'm still in the military, still do that. Almost close to retirement. Shit, what 16 years? Maybe a little bit. 16 years, yeah, about 16 since
oh,
2005.
snap.
Okay.
Oh,
That's awesome, man.
Doing. I also right now work for the state. I'm a state employee. I work for an agency called Office of Enterprise Services. We provide services for all the agencies throughout the state of Oklahoma.
that's what's
I
up.
work as a computer programmer for the health departments because by trade I'm there, but I'm actually employed to OMES. But I stay busy with that. So right now, um,
Mhm.
raised 4 daughters. Me and
Mhm.
the mother co-parent very well. Pretty much doing that. and
You're
living
living
life.
the dream. You're living the dream, Lonniell.
That's right. That's right, man. That's right. You made it, man. You made it to tell your story. That's what's up.
Yeah, there you go.
So Marcus, we're gonna move on to you, man. Let the people know where you're from, a little bit about yourself, man.
All right, so my name is Marcus Williams from Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Like I said earlier, I'm a military kid, so I moved around. I've been a lot of different places. Um, Went to high school in San Antonio, Texas. I went out there, Kennedy High School. I wanted to stay in Oklahoma. I didn't want to leave,
Yeah, you
after
want
my
to leave,
freshman year, but
yeah.
my dad got orders to San Antonio, Texas. So ended up going to John F. Kennedy High School in San Antonio, Texas. Played four
All
sports
right.
out there: football, basketball, baseball, and track. So
All right.
I did that all the way through my senior year. So did that, played running back out there. Um, for track, I did the 4x1, the 100, the 200, and then they stuck me in the mile relay. Coach like, hey, we're gonna put you in the mile relay too. So I did that. Uh,
Yeah.
played small forward. Matter of fact, in basketball, and then baseball, I played center field, right field. So I did that, all 4 years. Finished high school with a 4.0. Did that. So I was getting offer letters from the University of Kentucky my junior year,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I didn't jump on the offer because, like my bro Lonniell said, I wanted to go to OU. So
Oh.
that was my
Oh.
plan the whole time to go to OU.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to OU my freshman year in 2000 to 2001. I got a little homesick.
Well,
I wish I would have stayed, but I got a little homesick. And I ended up going to Texas State University. I was out there with them, was playing spring ball with them, and I also had a resident advisor position. So they were paying for everything, so everything was paid for through the resident
That's what's up.
advisor program.
Is that in
And
San Marcos,
my
Marcus?
supervisor was telling me, what's up, coach?
Is that in San Marcos, Texas? Texas
Yes,
Tech?
sir. San Marcos, Texas. Yes, sir.
That's
Yes,
cool.
sir. So, yes,
That's what's
sir.
up.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it out there.
Hey, hey,
So
hey,
my
Marcus.
supervisor through the RA program was telling me, "Can you hear me? Can y'all hear? Y'all hear me good?"
yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I had
Okay.
a question, but you can keep going.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you got, Kate?
Yeah, I know you said we played in Oklahoma, but you moved to Texas. Was it a difference with as far as with football and everything? They take a lot more
Oh yeah.
serious in Texas than
Oh
Oklahoma.
yeah. Oh yeah. So in Texas, yeah, it's a whole nother level out there for football.
Yeah,
That's all they really know out there is football. So
that's it.
it was a whole different level. Like I said, Oklahoma was great for football as well, but Texas, yeah,
That's it.
they took it to the extreme up there. That was a whole nother level.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Friday Night
yeah,
Light.
That's right, man.
yeah, exactly. You already know.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Antoine Fisher.
yep, yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. They
They
always say
said
I
booby,
look like
holler,
I
booby
probably don't look
fish.
like him now, but that's what Coach said. I remind him of that movie. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, oh yeah, you do, bro. Yeah.
Oh
Let
man,
booby
shoot.
spin, huh?
Hey, Antoine Fisher, if you're out there, man, holler at me. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I can do something.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
what's up, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcus,
Yes.
was you with us? I don't know if you were with us that night, man. Your mom and your dad, we went to Golden Corral.
Yeah, I was
This was
there.
in middle school. Yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I was eating like a pig, man. I was full. And then we got I don't know. I was on punishment at the time. And I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Coach Collins talked to your mom or your dad. I don't know how it went.
Yeah.
But they was like, "You want to go play?" I was like, "Yeah." I was just full and everything, man. But I was like, "I ain't gonna miss this game. They say I can go. I'm out, man." And man, it was probably one of the best games of my middle
Yeah.
school career, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can't remember everything
Hey,
that
we
night,
were
man. But I
blessed.
know y'all can help me out with it.
We were
got
blessed.
your
I
back.
mean, I
So
was
let me
telling
ask.
Jermaine earlier before we actually went live that we were so blessed over my 9, 10 years of coaching with solid athletes, great academic. I mean, like I said, I'm just so thankful for you guys. I'm putting something out there right now. KJ probably doesn't want. He'll probably get me after this, but
no, don't do it, Coach. Come on, man.
Nah, you got to bring the exclusive.
Look at him, man.
You gotta have
hit
it.
the button. You about to hit the button, man.
You got
he came to school one day and he had a duffel bag. His duffel bag was packed, and I said, "What's going on here?" And he said, "I got my bags packed. I'm coming to live with you." And
That's
I
right,
said,
man.
And he said, "I'm coming away." And I thought about it for a couple seconds. I said, "All right, you can go home with me after school. Let's do it."
Let's go, man. Let's go. Shoot, I was ready, man. Shoot,
but it just seeing these guys. I'm telling you, I'd love to get a reunion with all you guys because there's a couple more I could go on. But you guys remember Shane Hawk?
Shane, oh yeah. Okay.
Shane Hawk, he started it. He played with these guys and us, and he started at Oklahoma State as a pitcher, and went on to AAA ball. Played the big as a left-handed closer, and he
got to come on the show.
Yes, I'll get him on to you, but he is now the head coach out at Choctaw High School. Head baseball.
Okay. All right.
And do you remember Danny Brown? Danny Brown went on a full ride. I mean. Jermaine, I know you're familiar because of Kevin, but Midwest City was the premier football school for a long time. Now it's Jinx. I don't know if you guys have heard of Jinx on the east side.
Oh, yeah. Jinx beat us in the national championship when they played. Yeah, I know that.
But Midwest City, back in the day, it was all Midwest City. It's changed a little bit.
Okay. So, Marques, what was your favorite sport? Y'all played all of them. So, what was your favorite sport?
Football, brother. I started playing football when I was 9 years old, so that was just a passion of mine. I love football.
Yeah, same here. Football. I'm football all day long, man. I still like football. Yeah, football. Not everybody can play football, man. It's just one of those things.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's definitely football.
So I tell you this.
All right.
I tell you this though, if you can survive bull in the ring, you can play football.
Okay. Listen, I can't believe you just brought that up. So, Kevin, I don't know if you remember. I bet you do remember this, Kevin. We had one of the first female football players come out for the football team.
Oh,
I just remember that.
Yes.
Her name was Samantha.
That's right.
And she wanted to play on special teams, and we were 100% for it. 100%.
Yeah, that's true.
And he was talking about kind of like the Oklahoma drill. The OU brought the Oklahoma drill out, bull in the ring is what he calls it. And she wanted to go in the ring. And
we were like, "Oh no, don't do it."
We were nervous. She was a kicker. We even let her kick on special teams. She did a great job. Wonderful.
Good job. Oh yeah.
And anyway, we were calling numbers out, and she got knocked out cold, completely out by Kevin, by KJ. And she's there, and I mean, we're calling 911, and
oh man.
Hey, man.
Shows up.
I forgot she was a girl. I forgot.
Anyway,
I'm not used to having girls out there playing with us, man. I forgot. I blanked out. It was all accident.
But she was fine. She woke up and she said she loved every minute of it, and she kicked for us that year. Yes.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
She did, man.
That's awesome.
I totally forgot about that story.
Yeah, I don't know if I apologize to her, but I just want to let her know I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. If she's looking, if she see this show tonight, I'm sorry.
Samantha, great job, Samantha. If you hear this, great job.
What's going on?
Yeah,
it's a fan in Atlanta right there. Yep.
Okay, what's up?
Yeah. So, any more funny stories about KJ? I'm ready for him. Come on, let's go.
What about you, Mark? I got on Lonniell one night, and I know he probably remembers this. We got back to the Lonniell 4.0 and Marques 4.0. Now, Marques, he knew the playbook inside and out. Marques, he knew that playbook. And Lonniell, we were in a tight football game, and we were running the spread offense. And you remember this, Lonniell, you didn't get set out there. And I'm like, how in the hell do you not get set as a wide receiver in the middle of the football game? And so in the locker room, and everybody had cleared. I'm in the coach's office, and in comes Lonniell. And I look up, and I mean, it's 30 minutes after everybody's cleared, and he's like, Coach, you have a minute? I looked at him and said, yeah, I just want to apologize for tonight. It'll never happen again. It was. I thought it was going to cost us a football game. Not that one incident, but we lined back up and scored the next play, I think. Anyway, I think it was just,
Hey, Marques. Now,
what's up, bro?
Like, what was the hardest game? Like, far as like was it? I don't know if it went Dale City. It was like Curry or something like that. Like what was it? Yeah. What's another one? Carl Albert. What team? Yeah. Which team was the hardest, man, to you? Like, what game you had to fight to get through?
Carl Albert.
Carl Albert has like,
they cheated too, man.
Carl Albert has 11 state championships right now. We're a 5A school, and I think they're sitting at like 11 or 12 state championships.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Cool.
And
wow.
I'm thinking of Edmond North. Marques was he set us up the night at Edmond North. He in fact, the Edmond North High School coach called me after that game asking about our tailback and what his name was. And he had a really good game against them, and he could read. He could always find the hole,
Yeah.
I had to apologize to Kevin the other night because we were a little soft up front. The year he
on the line.
he carried the load for us, but our offensive line was a little bit soft, so he got beat up a little bit. But
yes,
we finished. We still went like 7-3 that year.
Yeah, about 7-3. Yeah.
And then we came back and had a couple before they switched to 8 games. We had a couple 9-1 seasons 2 or 3 years in a row. That, like I said, it's just. There are so many great moments. If I can ever get the VHS tapes transferred over, I'll get them to you guys.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Coach.
Say, Marques, Lonniell, what's your favorite music before game time?
Okay. Yeah, good one.
And back then it was Tupac.
Yeah, back then.
I mean, anything self-motivating. I think back then was probably Pac or Biggie.
Yeah, I with my brother Pop, Biggie, Nas. That was pretty hype.
Outkast, maybe some Outkast.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Coach?
I'm back. Yeah.
Well, I'm right there with them. I can still,
Hey.
Coach.
I told you to
yes, sir.
I'm right there with them.
Yes,
I can't believe all this stuff's coming back to me. This is another one on I think it was Kevin or something, but we had a pep rally and did we put you in a box, Kevin? Who was that? When maybe not. Anyway, we had a big pep rally and all the football team did he popped out of the coffin and did the Michael Jackson dance in front of the whole school.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Anyway, the theme was "We're not dead yet. We're still coming. We're still alive."
Yeah, that's right, baby. That's right. Hey, Coach, we got to talk about Coach OG Adams, man.
Okay.
We can't forget about him. I wish we could have him on the show.
I'll start it off. Each of them probably have a story about Coach Adams, and I'm going to let him know. We got to get him on the show. But Jermaine, so we had an assistant coach that he was a great coach, and he would do anything to motivate. And in our locker room, these guys will tell you we had roaches like 4 and 5 inches long. These roaches were huge.
Yeah.
And
he ate one.
We're sitting at pregame. We're at pregame. He's getting them all fired up, and he's looking around. I go, "Oh no, what's he look for?" And here you can hear this roach coming along, and he looks over and just snags it up. He snags it up, and he said, "I'm going to tell you what we're going to do to the opponent tonight." And he bites it in half and chews it up, and he leaves the tentacles, and they're just going like this. You can see the tentacles, and he eats the rest.
We was pumped up. We were pumped up, baby. We were ready. Shoot.
I still have that.
That's all it takes, man. Wow. I mean, he didn't eat much today. Wow, man.
Man, you should have seen how big the roaches were. Them roaches huge. I don't know what they found in them locker rooms. They were huge.
Yeah, they were.
He took me home one time, man, and in the summer he turned on his heat. He turned on it. Man, he took me home one time. That was it, man. He ain't take me home no more, man. I was burning up and it was already hot, man.
He rolled the windows up, get a cup of coffee. I mean,
like just, I turned on the heat. I was like, wow, man, I just got some practice. Y'all, you trying to make me lose weight in here or what, man? You gotta have weight for football, man.
He goes, let's get all the coaches together, and I don't know what year this was. And he goes, let's go play them in football. And I said, are you serious? He said, yes, let's go play them. All right, he said, we're going to run the veer, and I'm going to play tailback. I said, all right. And so I got under center, and we run the veer. First play out of the shoot, I pitch him the ball on the veer. He goes into surgery. They pick him up. They tackled him, pick him up, put him in an ambulance, and take him towards ACL on the first play of it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Dang.
Yeah.
You got Frankie Adams on the show.
Yeah.
Definitely, I bring him on the show. Hey, man. So it was great. It's great conversation, great laughs. So, you guys want to shout out anybody from your, your area, your wife, kids, anything at this time, and then also let the people know where they can follow you at.
Well, I do want to say I love my wife, Renee Collins. She's an educator. She's 30 years in, and she is now the head principal. She's moved from Midwest City out to Mustang, and she loves kids. Will do anything for them. And I have a son that let me continue to coach. I got to coach him in AAU ball, and he got to play college basketball. And he just graduated. His name's Space Collins, and he graduated from Oklahoma State University. And my wife's name's Renee Collins, and like I said, love the family. And guys, thanks for having me on this evening. And Lonniell and Marques and Kevin Johnson, I could never ask for better kids ever. I mean, you guys are outstanding, and thank you for all the blessings.
Well, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
It's really a blessing.
Thank you for making this happen for us.
Yeah, thank you for everything.
Lonniell, you got anybody you want to shout out?
I mean, just shout out to my family, of course, and all my fellow classmates, whoever is able to watch and see, man. Just that. No one in particular, man, but definitely much love out there, man. And you too, KJ. Good to see you guys, Coach. Marques.
Yeah, bro. Good to see you, brother.
All right. How about you, Marques?
I love the podcast, guys. Keep up the good work. I love the podcast.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, Coach. That means a lot. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So you guys let everyone go ahead, Marques.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just want to, shout out my family. My wife, she's about to retire from the military. She's done 21 years. Want to shout her out. Just shout out the family. My mom and pops back home in San Antonio. They're definitely blessing to me. They push me and everything, man. Pray for me. I just, truly a blessing. And
that's right.
My brother right here, Coach Collins. Shout out to you, Lonniell, KJ. We all family, and shout out to, like I said, friends, teammates back there, that's watching. Much love to you all, and much love, Coach KJ and Lonniell. Man. Thank y'all for everything, and thank you for having us on the show too, Jermaine and
No
KJ.
problem,
man.
No problem,
Yeah.
man. Let the people know where they can follow you at on all your social media platforms before we leave. We'll start with you, Coach.
Hey, I'm on Instagram or the gram. You young guys call it the gram. And it's Phil R. Collins, and
Okay.
check it out.
All right. How about you, Lonniell?
Same here, Instagram. You can follow me. My first dot last name, Lonniell.Bolton. So that's pretty much the only social media I have.
Okay. And Marques?
Yeah, me too. Instagram, Body by Marques Fitness 21. That's me.
Okay.
I'm on it.
Show them that six-pack, Marques.
No, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Hey, White might get mad. White might get mad, man. We don't want no problems, man. No. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's do it after the show. We'll do it after.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, man, it was great conversations, great laughs, man. We'd love to have you guys back on the show. It was great talking to you guys. Hey, for the people tuning in, you just tuned into another edition of Sports Shop 27. I'm your host, Jermaine Colter. Down below, my co-host, Kevin Johnson. You guys be safe out there. Make sure you wear a mask. And it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. Later.
Hey, I love you, Coach, man. Thank y'all for coming on. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, man. Love you, Coach.
All right, guys. Love you guys. Take care.
Love you too, Coach.
You too.
We'll see.
Bye.
Yeah.